Hi friends, this is Marilyn from tarotclarity.com, and today I thought I would deliver the reading a little differently than usual. Rather than typing it all out, I thought I would give a brief video. And I'm a little late on the anniversary of Amelia Earhart's disappearance, but I thought it would be a good time to remember her. On July 2nd, 1937, Amelia Earhart and her navigator, Frederick Noonan, disappeared. During a round trip flight to around the world. No one really knows what became of them. It has been speculated that she tried to land and was captured, and it's also speculated that she just crashed into the ocean due to running out of gas and just not being able to land. Now, World War II had not yet started. World War II did not begin for another 2 years. But in 1937, I think it would be fair to say that at the very least, tensions were tight. Tensions were probably severe. Had she landed in or near Japan, things might not have been so good for them. So with that in mind, I just asked when I mixed and handled the cards what the universe was willing to share with us. Did she attempt to land and were they captured? Or did they crash into the ocean because they ran out of gas? Now what we have here is very interesting. We have 2 tiers of different information. In both tiers, we have a young individual, maybe a person who's inexperienced, we have 2 different individuals, right? In this one, this page, or the Valet of Swords, is surrounded by swords. And, when I describe the Page of Swords, it would be a quick-thinking individual, somebody who's quick-thinking, smart, shrewd, clever. And the fact that they're surrounded by swords means that they're in their element and they have a way to go. They're not the queen or king, but they are off to a good, promising start. And they have command to a certain degree. Maybe inexperience prevents them from ultimately, being their potential. But where they are at the moment is someone who is in control, at least of their emotions. And in the second tier, when we see the other individual, and whenever I see the Valet of Cups from this particular deck, which is the 1JJ Swiss tarot deck, I always think that this individual is drunk because there's just that look, right? And the fact that this card is coupled with the Fool, the combination of these 2 cards makes me think of reckless behavior due to alcohol, right? Now, that's also very interesting because it's known from what I've read that Noonan had an alcohol problem. And there were times when his alcoholism interfered with their compatibility, on this and other trips. So I think that's kind of interesting, that reckless behavior due to alcohol kind of pops up, especially since the card between these 2 cards is the Star card, which can be read as hopefulness and aspirations and goals, which are all true. They had lofty aspirations of traveling around the world, right? But when you look at this card in the context of the question, it's a celestial card and also a card of water. So which brings home the idea that they were in the heavens. They were in a flying machine in the heavens. And maybe they crashed into water, because they're in the heavens, but the focus here is also on the water. And so because it falls nestled between reckless behavior, perhaps as a result of, an alcoholic problem, maybe there were decisions made that were not made with clarity of mind, that led to falling from the heavens into the ocean, despite the best efforts of the other individual who had clear thinking You know, they were a team, and they were only as good as the least of them, right? Now, as far as whether or not they might have been taken capture, because, you know, things wouldn't have been good had they landed on an island, and there's a really good chance that they might have been, you know, tortured. I don't see that here, and I don't see that because I just see this as the duality of the two individuals who were on the plane that day. One being as I described, and the other being the way I described. And then the appearance of the star card combining the heavens with the water just really leads me to believe that the truth of their fate was that they crashed into the water for the reasons I mentioned. I hope this has been interesting for you, and until next time, friends, peace and stay well.